when we say it's less substantive, it's not really a lie. You know what I mean? I don't even think that if you ask the average, let me not say that. I don't want to speak for the generation itself. You know what I'm saying? But
what you're saying right now, 26-year-olds agree.
See what I'm saying?
Everybody knows.
And like, is there 10 albums that dropped this year that y'all are gonna be like that? You're like, yo, all of them shits was the crazy album? Like, no.
To the albums that came.
You know what I'm saying?
Say what you want, you know what time it is. Right. Exactly.
Flip the middle one.
Nah.
So Nick, that $300 million. Okay, I was being nice. I didn't tack on the interest. It's really $600 million, Nick.
Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Your interest is what? Yeah. 1,700.
Long story short,
I will never be owing y'all money. Yeah. Ever. Yeah.
Nick, you owe me.
All he did was
$7 billion.
$5.
Let's say how $5 turned into $1 billion. Y'all are wow.
$1 billion and $5.
Cash place ain't even that bad.
Right.
Jeez.
He didn't read the terms and conditions.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it be.
Yeah, okay. That's ridiculous.
I'm sorry that I didn't see the 1,700.
Yeah, $1 billion. Yeah,
interest increased.
Right. Yeah.
Sure. All right, well, Nick, before we get too broke, right? Let's go ahead and get it started, there, man.
All right, everybody, welcome to the 804 podcast with Nic
Jesse, Alex,
and today we have Radio B on.
What's
going on?
Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. Oh, boy. How you feeling today, First, I'll ask you. Yeah, how you feeling today, Radio?
I feel good.
For sure. Al, how you feeling today?
I'm actually feeling pretty good, knowing that Nick's about to pay me that money back.
Never. You're not getting your money back.
You must love hanging out the window, Nick, but okay.
You are not getting your money back, my brother.
I don't know about that, Nick.
How about this? Get the episode count right.
All right, so you're saying I get the episode count right, and then I'm getting my money.
No, I didn't.
No. That's and I'm getting my money regardless.
Yeah.
No cap.
There's a lot of people in here. That's probably what it is. Not here, but I'm trying to get on the Wi-Fi. But I just told you, Radio B, there's a lot of traffic out there, so maybe that's what's going on. Everybody, ain't mama on the gas.
Go ahead and handle that real quick.
God, dog, man. All right, well, they tired of hearing from y'all.
Right.
They are. Yeah, so Alex, what's the episode count, brother? My fault, y'all.
Y'all already know.
Radio B, Alex has a problem every week, every episode, getting these numbers right, man. But I can tell you what the interest rate is.
Right, yeah.
What are we doing today, buddy?
Look, my good brothers, me and my good brothers.
Yes, sir.
My debt-paying brothers.
Yeah.
Okay, went from good to debt paying, but all right.
Nah, but okay. This is episode 263 of the 804 podcast.
That's fire. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
That's correct. Right.
You already know how we do.
As of now, you've been doing pretty good.
You know how we do.
I'll give you. It's been a minute since you had a mishap, right? Even though all you gotta do is add, what? Okay,
you know how we do. You know how we do.
Real quick, Radio B. After we get the episode count straight, we do have a quote of the day, quote of the week. This quote can be a song lyric, Bible verse, tattoo, IG caption, motto, anything that you live by, or anything that you kind of anything that you live by. It can be a motto, saying, anything like that. It gotta be too long, anything like that.
It needs to be a quote from somebody else.
It can be a quote from anywhere. It can be a saying. Yeah, it can be anything. It can be your quote. Yeah. Talk to us.
The word of the day is the internet is fake.
No, you getting right to it. Right. Oh, you getting right to it. Oh, man. Now off the quote radio. The quote radio.
It's real, Nick.
Let's get it. All right. So, like I always like to do, why is that the word of the day, man? Talk to us.
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with the fact that that's the name of my next album. That doesn't have anything to do with
right.
that.
Not like that.
No, I mean, we're all navigating this internet every day. I obviously the Wi-Fi is real, but the people on the internet, the agendas on the internet, and I mean that on a very like microscopic level. I don't mean that like, oh, like, you know, these mass conspiracy agendas. I mean that from like the daily individual on the internet. It's like there's so much incentivized energy, disingenuous energy, trolling and
YouTube comments.
You know what?
No.
Actually,
I'm not even gonna say YouTube comments. I mean, that used to be a thing.
Sometimes
That used to be a thing,
Yeah.
but I mean, every element from, you know, what should be reputable media sites to just the everyday Twitter page. You know what I'm saying? Everyone, or somebody's Facebook page. Everybody's just saying anything, doing anything for attention, and when you get to the point of you just doing anything for attention, I mean, there literally ends up being no integrity. There's no true, like, no one even knows what's real and what's fake anymore. You know what I mean?
Right.
It used to be a matter of like everyone was super opinionated. It's not even about like opinions anymore. It's like now people are just saying anything to get
hot take.
Yeah, anything to get
I be seeing
response.
people like have this like long story or whatever, and then it's like, just letting all y'all know, if you read this far, all of this is fake or something like that.
I'd rather that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but
Than what actually be going on.
Right.
I wanted to take this out. Let me push the gap here. Yo, y'all can't say trolling for everything. Oh, I was trolling.
Right.
Stop doing that. Like, okay, like I get what trolling is. Like we all, like you said, we all, you know, kind of, we've been on the internet for a while. We get it. I get what trolling is, but stop saying I was okay. I hate to bring it up, but okay, it was this rapper. I don't know if he's from Houston, but he's a part of Young Dolph's crew, Paper Route, whatever. Long story short, he made some type of, he's not that big of a rapper, so it's okay, y'all, if y'all didn't know. But he made some post, I think the other day, was like, I think he was kissing a dude, or like it was a photo of this dude, some, and then obviously, you know, like you said, the media runs with, oh, so-and-so rapper is announcing that he's gay, yada, 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 yada. Then 2 days later, oh, I was just trolling, I was doing that shit for the
No, you weren't.
yeah, I was doing that shit for the blogs. I'm like, bro,
It's okay, bro.
and even if you are doing that, let's say you are doing that, for what?
Right.
Like what?
Right.
Like okay, so because they showed him DMing this other dude talking about, yeah, bro, I got him. You know what I mean? Don't believe that shit. I was just doing it for the, you know how that media shit work. And it's like, that's cool. And please, gay, and I don't give a fuck. Like personally, who cares? But like, bro, that's trolling. Like that's effective, kind of. Like I think people just use trolling at the end of things just to be like, oh, I was trolling. I'm sorry, not to go on a tangent, but I'm so tired of seeing that, bro. Oh, y'all know what trolling is? Nah, like.
And the sad part is,
right, we get it. Like, yeah.
Sad part is people are doing that. You know what I'm saying? People are going to those lengths.
Yeah, like, and it's like,
just get engagement. Like
what's the
literally,
long-lasting
no one
effect of that,
cares.
though?
You know?
Thank you, radio. Or we might care for like a scroll, and that's it. I think I'm not even gonna bring up the dude's name because it wasn't even important.
But people get caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? When I say nobody cares, I mean nobody cares from the standpoint of what they put out there. You know what I'm saying? It's good or bad energy, good or bad responses, good or bad press. Like it doesn't really matter to a lot of people anymore. Like and unfortunately, people believe still almost everything that they see on the internet. Like you can frame anything up with like quotations.
Perception is everything.
You know what I mean? You can frame. You can say, oh yeah, this person said da 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 da. You know, this celebrity said this, that, and the other, and just put a quotation and put a picture up by it, and like everybody's gonna run with that. They're gonna share it. They're gonna talk about it. They're gonna be debating on other comment sections and places that this is a real fact or a real thing. Like this is where we at with it. You know what I mean? Like you really can't just believe anything anymore.
And even if you have undeniable facts about that one picture, nah.
Or we're gonna believe that.
I mean,
until you like we're gonna believe that first. Yeah, that's
and there's no way to really draw it back. Like, you can't fix it. It's no fixing it. You know what I'm saying? Because either one, there's people that's never gonna see the fix. They saw the lie but never see the fix.
That's facts.
Or two, the lie is more entertaining than the truth. So right now, people going with what's most entertaining. You know what I'm saying? If they think it's funny, if they think it's something that when they share it, they're gonna get engagement. Now they're gonna share it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nasty out. It's nasty out here right now, and it's not gonna get any better because they're incentivizing. You know, when I realized regular people were just getting paid on Facebook just for engagement on their regular posts.
I did see something about that. Okay.
Like, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's why you start seeing like people just randomly saying wild off the wall stuff, and then like it's just because it doesn't matter what they get engagement on, as long as they get engagement, they get a deposit. That is crazy,
bro. Half the time, too, you're not even saying nothing, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get my back, bro. and men should do this, and women should do. Like, you're not even saying anything, or either you're not saying anything, or you're not saying anything new. Facts. You're not saying anything.
Oh no, half of what they're doing is stealing other people's statuses.
Exactly. You're not saying anything, bro. Like, I've heard that 3 times a day. You might just say it a little louder with a caption, but bro, it's the same. Put it like this: if everybody's giving hot takes, is there a hot take anymore? If everything is I'm controversial, then what's controversial?
There is no controversy.
Maybe I'm
everything is everything is about.
It's just what it is. Yeah, facts. I don't know, man. I don't know that. Jeez. Yeah. All right, let's get off the internet for a little bit. Like and subscribe. Right. While you're on the internet.
That's the tricky part.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I actually had a question off of that, but yeah, we can
before we get the questions, real quick, Radio B, if somebody out there, living under a rock. At this point, I don't even know who can watch this show and not know who this man is. But whatever, man. For the people, for the new audiences out there, right? Yeah. Real quick, could you give them a rundown of who you are and what you do, man?
Radio B, I'm a hip hop artist, platform builder, fashion designer, brand strategist, founder of RVA Mt Southpaw Battle Coalition. That should cover it.
Yeah, that's the rundown, yeah. So, you good now.
Yeah. Well, kind of getting back briefly to the internet thing. What would you say, what's an effective way for good in your eyes?
I would say, just be as, I would say be as honest and truthful as you possibly can with who you are and what you present. Obviously, that doesn't mean that you have to present every viewpoint of your life, right? That doesn't mean that you need to put your personal life out there necessarily. I think for me, it's about identifying who you are and having some integrity in what you put into the world, and wanting at least something positive to come from it. I'm not saying that you have to be out here making inspirational content, right? You could be funny, you know what I mean? But just don't get up here and tell lies, you know what I'm saying? Don't get up here and spread gossip and, you know what I mean? And slander people and you know what I mean? Create confusion and put misinformation in the world, because it's a lot of misinformation and it's dangerous. You know what I mean? And we're in a time where like a lot of these things are. We're in an election period. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real things at stake, and I feel like everybody just playing. Like it's playtime for everybody. You know what I mean? And that's not to be like no killjoy, but at the end of the day, like. At some point, you gotta be able to look in the mirror and be like, yo, I'm not just out here putting poison in the world. So that's my take on it.
I'll say this, Last time you was on the podcast with us was it pandemic on the computer?
Yeah, facts. It was Zoom.
Yeah. It was,
No.
well, we did the one-on-one.
Yeah, we did the one-on-one.
We did the one-on-one, but like actually on the podcast.
Right.
You know. So I say this: what have you learned new about hip hop, just in the game in general, being in the genre so long?
From Nick. No. No.
Since the last time I was here, or
just in general, because you've been in the game for a while, so you know people are always learning new stuff. So what new have you?
This past year or two.
Man, so many things, so many. You know, it's like we're in a time also. Let's say, obviously, because of social media and because of the internet, everything's changing at all times, and you know, you just have to be adaptable. You know what I mean, and utilize the tools that are available to you, and understanding now. I think the most important thing that had revelation is that, unlike when I was younger, coming up, the only objective we had was to get a deal. You know what I'm saying? To get signed to a record label. Like that was the only real objective that you had to have a successful career in music. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like that anymore. Like, you know, like that's like the furthest thing from my mind is a record deal. You know, my whole mindset is about how you cultivate a fan base and how you can feed that fan base and in turn be fed back, you know, and grow that and you know, turn yourself into a brand. I think the frustrating thing for a lot of artists, though, with that is it does require you to wear a lot of hats. You know, you got to be a content creator in some way, or you have to figure out how to market and sell yourself and your music, and it's a constant thing that you don't get to take off from. Like, you don't get to just go in the studio and focus on your music and make your music and you know and go or shoot your videos and roll. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you really gotta constantly be thinking about how you can keep your audience engaged, and that can be a little frustrating, especially if you're doing it from a substantive place that has like some integrity that matches your artwork and you know and matches your music and what you want to be seen for yourself. You have to be very thoughtful, you know. So I think that's the biggest takeaway of the current time, is just figuring out how to balance being a music artist, but also the hats of the business and the hats of the marketing of the music. So
that is crazy, like how the times do come with that. So like you said, it's literally a good and bad with it. Like you said, you don't need much record labels and stuff like that, but on the backside, you need to kind of promote yourself and be your own.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy. I say take us back a little bit, man. When did you want to become a rapper? When did it hit you?
When I first started rapping, so I say in high school. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say when I first wrote my first raps I knew I was gonna be a rapper. You know what I mean? But it didn't take too much longer for me to realize like this is what I really want to do. I don't think I had something that I knew I wanted to do. You know what I mean? I love professional wrestling, but I didn't think I was like ever gonna be big enough to be a professional wrestler. Like in my mind, I'm like, if I could get in the industry somehow, that'd be cool. So like it'd be like, I was thinking like, oh, maybe I'll like get into like the telecast element of like of that, you know. But then I started rapping, and I'm around Michael Millions and Illa Styles, and we doing what we do, and like that, I just caught the bug.
Were you guys together that early?
Yeah. I was in a group with Michael Millions, my man Demise, called Trilogy, and then Illa, he had a home studio. This is like back in '98. You know what I mean? Like way before people had home studios.
Right, that's a luxury.
You know what I mean? And so he was recording us, and we put CDs out while we were still in school. So it's been on from there.
I got a question, kind of on the fan side of things. So, like, when you're in this industry, as an artist or entertainer, artist and entertainer, what advice would you give an artist on interacting with fans and how to, like, treat their fans? What advice would you give them on that?
I would say, give them the same attention back. Show love to your fans. Respond to them. Listen to them. What they tell you they like. And ask questions if you have the opportunity to do so. Especially at this level. Once again, it's like you can't afford to, be too good to engage. It gets cumbersome, and that's another thing. It's like, it's one of those things. Like, it's another thing that you have to be on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like artists in general can tend to be somewhat introverted, right? Like, we're not all like these, like, want to be in front of the camera or want to have a million conversations or even really good in these types of settings. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody is like that. Some artists are like really like emotional, because, well, we're all emotional, you know what I mean? But some are withdrawn and like prefer to be withdrawn in their art and share their art, you know what I mean? So it can be difficult to have to, it can be exhausting to have to, answer to. I'm not saying you have to have personal conversations with all your fans. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying in this time, if you can figure out how to engage with them without it being too much of a strain on you, you should do that as often as possible.
I'll give you like a 2-part question. So in the last coming years, we've seen a lot of like older artists. They'll, tend to give harsh criticism of the new artists. Mm-hmm. I'll say this. Why do you think that is? And second part question is, what do you think the newer generation of rappers are doing better than the older generation of rappers?
It's hard answering those questions because it's all about, I guess, what tier of the music are we talking about? If we're talking about mainstream, my answer is very different than if we're talking about something that's not quite mainstream. Because I think if we're if I'm speaking of my own criticisms don't apply to the music that's being made currently by the younger generation that's not mainstream. I think there's a lot of great music, that's not mainstream. But when we talk about mainstream music, that's where we start to have a different viewpoint. And I think that's where a lot of the criticism comes from, is on the mainstream, because that's what's so easily visible. That's what's most visible, right? And I think in the mainstream, I think the issue is that there's not a lot of balance of what's being offered. It's a lot of not so substantive, not so crafty, not so creative music. You know what I mean? And although there are some incredible bright spots, but it's just not as much as was. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a time where like all the mainstream released, not I'm saying all the mainstream, but you might have like 10 albums released in a year that we all to this day will say is classic. You know what I mean? Like, in 1 year. Like, that was like, and I mean, they all be different styles. Nobody sound like the other person. Substantive. You guys, cohesive albums with skits and, real deep cut records and hit records that ran radio. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was just looking at, somebody had dropped one in there, and I think I don't want to say what year it was, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't remember exactly what year it was. But it was like the albums on the list, and they were asking like which ones, my homie was like, which one was your favorite? It was like, I think it was like the Slim Shady LP. It was like Flesh of My Flesh DMX. It was Rough Riders Volume 1. It was The Roots. I want to say Things Fall Apart album.
98 or 99.
Redman.
Muddy Waters.
Nah, not Muddy Waters. I can't remember right now. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like all of these. It was like, and then like 5 more like crazy albums that dropped that year. You know what I mean? And I could give you other years that had even heavier, but this was like a norm. You know what I'm saying? And like that, you don't have that. You know, we just don't have that. And so the people that you're hearing voice their angst are the people that came from those time periods. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it is what it is. It's not like a lie.
We can't
you know
go
what
back
I mean?
and
Yeah.
just-
Yeah, it's not a when we say it's less substantive, it's not really a lie. You know what I mean? I don't even think that if you ask the average, let me not say that. I don't want to speak for the generation itself. You know what I'm saying? But
What you're saying right now, 26-year-olds agree.
see what I'm
There
saying?
you
So
go.
I
Right,
don't
right,
know.
there,
You know what I mean?
I got you.
Like, you know,
Everybody knows.
and like, is there 10 albums that dropped this year that y'all are gonna be like that? You're like, yo, all of them shits was the crazy album? Like, no.
10 albums that came
See what I'm
out this
saying?
year.
So
Yeah,
it's
like
like-
just in general. Yeah.
So, you know, that's just what. So where the criticisms come in is just that's where the criticism come in. Now, there's way more music accessible holistically, but you have to be tapped in to find it. You know what I'm saying? Like the average Joe doesn't know Radio B, Stop Looking for Noise, or you know what I mean? Like, or even like, you know, somebody like Larry June, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's they don't always know like where to find what's dope today because it's not mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know.
I don't know if anybody's asked you this question in a while, but tell us about the name Radio Blitz.
Oh,
Yeah.
so my name started out as Blitz, and
And everybody does the B for short, but yeah.
yeah, so it's it was a MC that ran with Nas in Queensbridge named Blitz as well that came about. And as I'm like doing my thing and like I started to see like his name and my name would like pop up on like these like early websites, you know what I'm saying? Like Hip Hop Game and so on and so forth, and like it would just be more like I'm like, he got the edge on me. Like he was on, you know, he was featured on Stillmatic, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if somebody gonna have to change, it's gonna have to be me. And I don't know where this guy is now today, right? Like I ain't heard nothing come from this Blitz in a long time, right? But
Right.
I changed my name. So in my mind, I was just like, yo, I thought of like the radio and what it, you know, the boombox and how, you know, like the LL Can't Live Without My Radio or the Radio Raheem. I just think about like the symbolic aspect of the radio in hip hop and like what it symbolizes. Like when you see a boombox, you just automatically think hip hop, you know. So it was like in my mind, it was like, why nobody name themselves radio? Like that just seems odd, you know,
Shout
for
out
a
to
rapper.
Good Jr.
And I was just like, all right, so it'd be Radio B or Radio Blitz, but Radio B is like, you know, so that's what the B is for. But yeah, that was it. I just was like, I want, when people see me, I want them to think hip hop. So
I'm sorry, when you say Radio Raheem, all I could think is why that white man break that man radio like that? Why'd you break that fucking boombox? You knew it was great turn up. Like you knew it was ready to get lit in there. Like, I mean, it was a lot going on in that scene, but
that's a fact.
why turn up fuck that man? It's like, yo, oh man, it was over. It was
Yeah,
over.
man, that's another one of my favorite
classic. Oh,
movies.
yeah, classic. Yeah, you got one.
I say this. Tell me your Mount Rushmore of Richmond hip hop.
like that. I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that. Okay.
Talk to us.
Okay, why? I say why.
Yeah,
All right.
He said, I'm not doing that either. Nah, I'm playing. Nah.
I'm only give you. I'll give you 2 people that have to be on there.
Have to.
That have to be on there.
Like if
They're not there. If these 2 people are not on there, it's a problem. Outside of that, you can fill it in how you want to fill it in.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Let's get it.
Mad Skills
Of course.
and Nicholas F. That they have to be on there.
Now I understand Mad Skills, but why Nicholas F?
If you don't know why, then I'll only tell you to do your own research, because that just is what that is. Like I that's, to me, that also requires no explanation. If it required explanation, then I would have more names. You know what I'm saying? Like and for me, those 2 names are non-negotiable. If you don't know, that's on you, right? There's plenty of understanding to be had. You know what I mean? But I feel like if I was to be quick about it, I just feel like Nic, his influence, the things that he's done, the impact that he's had, the reach that he has is super underrated. Like, I don't think people realize how far Nic's reach is beyond the city. You know what I'm saying? And how deeply he's influenced artists within the city, and like he's a low-key king of the underground type of guy. You know what I'm saying? And I think because the mainstream person in Richmond may not be as hip, that's where the question mark comes from. But I mean, it's like, if you know, you know. You know what I mean? I feel like if you ask Skills, his Mount Rushmore, Richmond, I feel like Nic would be up there too. So yeah. I'll go as far as, now I'm gonna just leave it there. Because I mean, there's other names that there's other people that I could definitely say. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's other people, like, and then it's also like, when we talk about hip hop, we talking about rappers, or we talking about people that represent hip hop.
Is there a difference between a lyricist and a rapper? That's a question I'll just ask you, just in general.
Yes.
What's the difference?
A rapper is more so focused on the music and the impact of the music, right? Whether that be influence, finance, whatever. A lyricist is more so focused. They're focused on the music, but they're very, very focused on the lyrics, and and the complexity of the rhymes, the substance in the rhymes, the content of the rhymes. Like, the rhymes are more important to them, or just as important to them as the music. Whereas a rapper, maybe not as much. Now, I personally don't spend a lot of time differentiating the two, because if you call me a rapper, I am a rapper, right? But I'm also a lyricist. But every rapper isn't necessarily like what I would put in a lyricist category, right? But I would put every lyricist in a rapper category.
Good analogy, I guess. And just throwing names: Drake, Eminem. Drake, musical artist. Not saying that Drake, not a lyric, whatever, but more so known for being a rapper. Eminem is known for working on his actual lyrics. Yeah. Syllables, stuff like that. And like I said, that's just a throw it at the wall comparison. It doesn't have to, yeah. Maybe something like that.
Yes, I mean, I consider Drake a lyricist. I
actually do too, but I was just trying
I understand the critiques that come along. You know what I'm saying? For different reasons. I understand the critiques, but I definitely consider him a lyricist. For sure. Like, I super nice. You know what I'm saying?
Tell the people why. Because honestly, I had this a while ago. I was on this fence. Well, actually, I agree with you. But it's just hard saying this nowadays. Like, it's hard defending Drake nowadays. I mean, we can all say that. It ain't the easiest thing to do it nowadays. So why would you say he is a lyricist? And I'm not disagreeing, but somebody might be watching this like, what? The ghostwriting scandals? He's from Degrassi. Yeah, he's white. Like, break it down. Please, somebody might need to hear it.
I mean, he's nice. You know what I'm saying? He's nice. And, like, you know, his pen for himself, like, bar for bar, he's always been nice. You know, he was nice back in the day. Like, when we, you know, our history goes back, you know, a long way. So, I've always known him to be one of the nicest. Now, I've also known him to pen for other people, right? Now there's the other issue of the references and the writing that's been done for him, which I understand taints his record. You know, it's like a stain on his jacket. You know what I'm saying? And that makes it difficult with the lyricist conversation, right, and placing him in a certain position among other lyricists. Like that is very, you know, and the more of them that come out makes it more difficult because it puts more of his work in question. You know what I mean? And I think that's the only thing about that. But outside of that, I don't think you can deny the talent level. You can't deny his pen. You just can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can't. I think it's been proven well enough.
Sure.
I got one for you. How do you recharge? How do you like to relax? You know,
just spending time with family. You know, spending time with my wife, spending time with my daughter, spending time with, you know, my friends, which, you know, sometimes I don't get to do as often because we see each other, you know, at events and all of these types of things. But, you know, just kind of like being able to just kick back and it not necessarily be music related, you know, cooking out. But yeah, I mean, whenever I just get an opportunity to just chill out with my core people, the people I love, you know what I mean? That's the best way for me to recharge.
That's real.
I say this. Are there times where you still feel overlooked?
For sure. Definitely. And it, you know, the interesting thing about being in my position is that there are people that kind of like want to be in certain positions, right? So like they look at it, you know, like me, I'm a person that does a lot of different things. So there's different opportunities that come to me and I get to be involved with different things, like, but they're just all based on kind of like the energy I put out there. You know what I mean? I also create a lot of opportunities, right? Not just for myself, but mainly for other people. And that ends up coming around. You know what I mean? But as far as myself as an artist, yeah, I definitely feel that way. I haven't gotten out of rap what I need to get out of rap. Right, so it's still a process, you know. And then I think also with me focusing on platforms and doing a lot of other things for other people, I think a lot of people now, there's a lot of people that know me now for Rap Elite or for like other things or Southpaw, whatever things that I do or I put on, more so than they know me as an artist. You know what I mean? Now, I mean, obviously there's people that know me as an artist, but there are people that don't know me for that. There are people that know me as the guy that runs Rap Elite. You know what I'm saying? And that's interesting for me. It's also like one of those things you have to be like, all right, damn, like I may need to like
Let them know.
rein that in a little bit. You know what I mean? And like so I'm in a space of like making some just readjusting how I use my time and all of that. So you'll definitely be seeing more from me musically, and in a few other spaces upcoming though.
I said one of my last questions. What's your favorite part about being a rapper or being an artist?
Expression. Yeah, what an artist is,
Right.
To express. It's about giving your human experience. You know what I'm saying? And we all are experiencing. We're all artists, right? Like that's the thing. Like every person, every human being is an artist. It's just that some of us have tapped in to the fact that we are artists and cultivated it so that we are able to cultivate the art that we put out and curate it better than the average person because we know that's what we're doing. Whereas like everybody else is expressing themselves, they're reacting to things
Like normal,
like normal people, but all of it is art, right? Like if like you ever met a person that is really good at telling a story, like just like they can just tell you like, yo man, such and such happened and then da 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 da, and they like just have you hanging on the edge of your seat listening to them tell a story, but they're not like they've never done any type of professional storytelling. Like they never wrote a book or they never were a comedian or anything like that, like on stage, right? But they could do it, and they're doing it.
They probably could. They just don't. Yeah,
they're doing it right in front
facts.
of you. What they're doing is artistic. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just that they don't know that that's an art. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think, everything that we do, anytime that we react to something and we express ourselves, we communicate. And people are,
and that's facts.
Yeah.
Because not to cut you off, there's things called reaction videos on YouTube. So
Exactly.
literally, that is art.
I mean, right. It's everyone, especially nowadays.
Right.
Everybody's content creating. Right? Everybody has a
is-
platform. Everybody's got a TV show of their own. Right, their own reality show. And what they're deciding to show is an expression. Like, this is my selfie. That's their level of photography. You know what I'm saying? Like that's their own selfie photography. You know what I'm saying? Like
professional selfie.
Yeah.
One question going off of that. Actually, I know I said my last one. So you say you've been rapping since high school, but still doing it now. Did you ever feel the need to like change your content? Like let's say like Jay-Z, for instance, rapping about drugs, yada yada yada, as he's gotten older, family man, stuff like that. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah. Content changes as life changes. You know what I mean? Like, I would say.
Well, have you ever found a struggle in doing that, or not really?
I am a person that's always been very introspective when it comes to my music. I would say that when we came up early in the game, and it was like everything was street. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, I think we spoke on things and embellished a little bit when we rapped. That was like a little more fantasy incorporated in the reality of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Because it just was what fit the music at the particular, like that was like what rap was. You know what I'm saying? Like it just was what rap was. But that for me never really stuck. Like I didn't do much of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I never talked about selling drugs. I never really talked about. It was very, very loose with the gum bars and stuff like that. But it was there. You know what I'm saying? Because that was part of the game. It was part of mixtape rapping. It's part of battle rap. Like if you ever seen me battle, I got gum bars. You know what I'm saying? Not as much as the average battle rapper, but
My gun's so big.
At the end of the day, we all own guns. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's this farce. You know what I'm saying? It's just that that's not particularly where I would like to express myself from. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the music, my music is just, I'd say like 95% of my music is like straight from my life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very little embellishment. I just don't feel comfortable with it. I feel like it's easier for me to just talk about what I'm experiencing and what I see in the world, and I feel like it's just more valuable to the listener to be able to relate to somebody that can express the other things that the things that we're all seeing. You know what I mean? And maybe they don't see it how I see it, but somebody does. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe somebody's just interested in knowing how I see it. You know, so that's how I evolve with music and what changes me. So what I go through is like very evident and apparent in my music.
Doing that, you ain't got to worry about faking it.
Never
Right.
got it.
I understand.
I got one more. So, Southpaw Battle Coalition. Mm-hmm. What's the craziest bar you've heard in the battle rap?
Ah, man.
Besides you. Unless you just have
What's
a
something that genuine? What's a bar that blew your mind?
Man, you putting me on the spot. I wish you'd have asked me this. You know, my brain. Let me see. That's so crazy.
Come with the good questions, Nick.
Don't worry, we gotta catch some of them rap battles too. We're just always busy on those Sundays. But I love battle rap too, by the way. I love that shit, man. I really do.
When you say
actually, it's funny. You love doing it. That's where they do that.
Yeah, no.
You know what? One of the bars that stands out to me, it was Jay Moore battling Bravo
804 podcast
on Southpaw, and he said, "I'm not your rap opponent. I'm your talks with God about your cracked emotions." That was crazy to me. Like, he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not your rap opponent. I'm one of your talks with God about your cracked emotions. Like, that was just a crazy thing to say.
Basically telling you, I'm about to talk to you. Yeah. I'm about to talk to you. Yeah, we about to have a conversation tonight. Yeah.
Shout out to Jay Moore.
No, shout out to Jay Moore. Yeah.
I mean, like right now, we're in a process of we just got done with the first round of our new tournament, Champions Road tournament, to crown a new world champion, because our world title right now is vacant. So King Cam, Chef Token, Introverse, and Rock Raw advanced to the second round, the semifinals. So they'll be battling August 25th of Rap Elite, which is episode 60, and that's going to be outside at the Say Their Names mural at 3311 West Broad. So we'll be outside, that's food trucks, vendors, all that. So if anybody's, I'm sure this will be out before then. So if anybody's looking to vend or anything like that, let us know. But that'll be taking place then. So the winner of that tournament will face our River City champion, which is Rossetti, and the winner of that battle will be our new world champion. They'll get an option to either battle Jay Moore or Lou Castro. If you're familiar with URL, you know who Lou Castro is.
That's
and the loser of that battle will get to battle the other. So they'll get to either battle Jay Moore.
Yeah,
with the pot, exactly.
Bro. Ready, I'm gonna talk to you, because I just want to be in the crowd behind the rap. I want to be Smack. Well, you'll be Smack technically, but I want to be Beasley. I just want to be in the mix with the niggas right there. Bro, I'm trying to tell you.
I'm trying to get more into battle rap, but every time I see a clip, like I watch the entire clip, and I'll just be like, that shit was.
Yeah, so I mean, have you been to one in person?
Yeah. I've never been to one. I want to go. I just watch it on YouTube.
That's crazy. Now you gotta be in the building, man.
Facts,
like
bro.
It's a different. It's everything that you see there, but like way more enhanced.
I bet,
like and when I say that, I mean that in the best way. Like I mean that like it's like it's just so much fun to be in the building for the battles. Like
Hearing the
it's
reactions
like,
to the like bars,
being the part of the reactions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to like it's happening live. You know, and you're the reactor. You know what I'm saying?
Make
like
it suspenseful.
Yeah, it's very very. It's not too many things more entertaining than you know
it's
battle rap.
And then more and more I'm learning it's a true sport.
For sure.
Yeah, like it's a true.
And I mean, I think that's what makes Southpaw so special is that, you know, I mean, it didn't always start out this way, but what it started out because we established our own scoring system even before we were scoring all of our battles. So we would encourage like our audience to use a certain scoring system, like the boxing style, you know, 10-point must system, scoring system, right? But in the more recent years, we've established where we judge all of our battles. So there's always a win and lose. There's standings, rankings, there's champions. Like that doesn't exist in like rankings and all that doesn't really exist in any other league. There's other leagues that have tournaments and they do judge battles and they might have champions, but there's no like constant ranking system or constant win-loss, like where every battle is judged. You know what I mean? So I think that's one thing that makes Southpaw unique, and we're trying to get, you know, more people to pay attention to that and what's going on and being able to follow it. Like, you know, I'm very excited to get people. Same thing with Rap Elite. There's a very in-depth statistical element to it, and there's a, you know, MVP every year, and there's a Sound Clash champion and all of that, and like there's storylines that go into all of this, and it's like for us it's like here once again the internet element of it, trying to figure out how to do the best storytelling to where people can catch all of those nuances and kind of get, you know, tied into the storylines and follow them. So that if I could tell anybody, you know, anything, definitely tap in on that level.
I just want to ask one more thing, and then I promise. So between Southpaw and RVA Rap Elite, who do you see on the come up that's quite not there yet, but like if you give them another 6 months or a year, they will be, you know, at the top
of the competitive heap, or like from a musical standpoint?
Competitive heap.
Right now, so not who's at the top, because right now, because
who's on the come up?
On the come up. I like what Introverse is doing. He's really focused. I like what Era Hardaway's doing. Chef Token. Rap Elite wise, Kid Deceptive, King Cam, Trey St. Fauntleroy. It's a lot, you know. When you look at the two. So what's important, or I think a good measuring stick that we did this year, which was the first that we ever did, was the Clash of the Multiverse, where we did teams, 10 people, 10 MCs that rep Southpaw and 10 MCs that rep Rap Elite, and we had them engage in 3 different competitions. So we did the cypher like we do at Rap Elite, but it was all the MCs on both sides. Then we did, it was supposed to be 10 one-rounders, but some of them got canceled. But then we did one-round battles with Rap Elite guys versus Southpaw guys. So, like, obviously you have, so the first round is, like, Rap Elite's home field advantage. Second round was more Southpaw's home field advantage because it's battle rap. And then we did what we normally do, what we've done in Southpaw, and Rap Elite in the past, which is the 5-on-5 cypher versus cypher. So it's like 2 team battles. So it's like 2 of those. So we did 5 on this side, 5 on that side, and then the other 5 against the other 5. And we scored, and, you know, so based on wins and all of that, you're scoring for like the teams themselves. And then, like, as we picked the MVP of the entire event, which ended up being Rossetti. So he ended up getting a belt for that. But that's on YouTube, the entire event. I would definitely tell people, like, if you're not like super familiar with either one, or you are and you just kind of want to like really like see something that was like such an unprecedented like rap Olympics type of like energy. Like I've never seen anything like that. You know, it was like a real gauntlet. Definitely check that out on Southpaw YouTube. But Southpaw ended up winning that, so like that's gonna be something that we do annually. But Southpaw got the edge on that one. So shout out to the Southpaw team, but shout out to the Rap Elite team as well. So, oh, and then definitely can't say all of that without saying Real Life, Trey Authentic.
Oh yeah,
those guys are killing it. But yeah,
for sure. Any more questions? All right, let's cut and then do the freestyle.
Cool.
I guess we'll do it after the
freestyle. Okay, man.
Certain beat or what you
I'm gonna do it acapella.
all good. It actually makes it better. Where we at? What we doing, man? Yeah.
We are here at the 804 podcast, and we got a slight freestyle for y'all. Just a slight freestyle. I don't know, if y'all know this guy to my left, not this guy, the guy over there.
To my left, yeah.
To his left. My guy, can you please introduce yourself?
Radio B, Richmond, Virginia.
Radio B, and we're just gonna skip all the pleasantries and just let you get right into it, yo. Let's go.
Just another day of shit posting and rage farming, fertilized Finsta pages, the seeds of a misinformant, cyber bullies, just a bunch of walking trigger warnings. You just want to have some impact. Your real life, it haunts you. Became an incel cause the women you want don't want you, so you hide behind a profile typing about who wronged you. Always spewing your opinion like you hold some weight. Bitch, in real life, your presence hardly hold no space. We probably laughed you out the barbershop that time you spoke on hip-hop. Could tweet about the hood, but you don't never make a pit stop. But now you got a platform. Please tell me when this shit stopped. 1 minute you hating, the next minute you dick hop. Now everything from sports to politics, you an expert. Your ex got her OnlyFans, you mad she doing sex work. But you the one fucking the vibe up for subscribers. You the one getting exposed to target goals. You just doing what you know, cause everything is a show. Yeah, everybody's a cynic. Yeah, everybody's a critic. Yo, everybody's acidic. Who got the hottest take? Nobody meaning what they say, just the most provocative bait. Wish you bitches get evicted from these content houses. Y'all can't tell this shit's a skit. People commenting thousands, arguing, bickering, falling out with people about it, living through memes. Yeah, anything to keep the arousal, right? The internet is fake, man.
Oh my God. We're still waking up off that content house bar. Nick, you shut down at the content house. That was insane, Radio B. Now, fuck it. Nick want to be quiet right now. That was insane, Radio B. Oh my, you don't let my boy Nick in deep thought. Right. Oh man, no, that was fire, bro. Nah, that was fire. That was fire. You good, Nick? You good? Nick. I think I need some water. No, talk to him, man. That was fine.
Nah, man, appreciate you guys for having me.
Most deaf.
That was tough.
And you know how many people? Oh, well, I mean, nah, let me not do one good freestyle. I try to shit on everybody else. Nah, let me not do that. Appreciate everybody else. That's the freestyle, but Radio B just set a bar. I'm not gonna lie, man. He just set a bar. So. Facts. For sure. Big facts. I tired of all this mode thing. Right. I got deep. I'm sorry. I went in Nike Tech mode. My bad.
Nike Tech.
I forgot it's 90 degrees outside. My fault. I guess before we get out of here, we can do some quick announcements. Radio B, we can start from you. Any shout outs, any dates, anything you want to tell people?
Yeah, RVA Rap Elite episode 60, August 25th. Rap Elite on Broad Street. We're going to be at 3311 West Broad Street, to Say Their Names mural, right beside the CBS 6 building. So we're starting, I think, somewhere around 3 p.m.
But it's gonna be, vendors, food trucks. We have some Southpaw battles. We got a full Rap Elite event, the Cypher, everything. So, definitely, it's a free event. So, just come out. We need to, go ahead, block party style and just have a good time.
Everybody heard free and was like, free?
Yeah, pull up, man. Pull up.
Yeah. Stop spitting on me. That's number one. Yeah. Sure, man. Oh, those date on that again?
August 25th.
25th. All right, bet. Yo, July flew. I don't know about y'all.
Big fat.
Yeah, like
Big fat.
But
About to be going. Yeah.
sure. Mr. Alfred?
Jesse, Nick, we already know.
Add him into it too.
We already know what they're doing right now. They know what they're doing right now, y'all.
I don't know.
No, you know what they're doing, Nick.
That's
We all know what they're doing. Yeah. What's in their other hand is their W-2s, their 1099-Rs, 1099 NECs. Jesse, man, they still got their 2020 and 2021 stimulus letter, man.
Alex, I'm about to pick a new president. Like, all right.
They still got it. They still got it.
That's crazy.
They still got it. So, Jesse, what do they need to do?
I guess hop in the whip, man. Turn on some of that Radio B. Slide right down the south side, Richmond, Hall Street Road.
Right.
Where you pulling up to, brother?
2650 Hall Street Road. That's 2650 Hall Street Road. Fiscal, Fitness, Tax, and Financial Services, y'all. That's Fiscal, Fitness, Tax, and Financial Services. My father's business, Derek L. Alfred. Been doing taxes over 30 years. And Nick, you might catch your boy in there.
I hope you're doing taxes.
Doing
Last
taxes.
illustration again. Right, yeah, brother.
Doing
Right.
taxes very.
I hope that's what you're doing.
Yeah, doing taxes very diligently and
My boy has
professionally.
not left this community. He has not left. Oh my
What's in your other hand? Taxes. Yes, like yeah, we know. Yeah, but y'all, my dad get you hooked up with retirement planning, get you set up with an annuity. And for all you business owners out there who don't just do personal taxes, we also do business taxes as well, y'all. So if you're a new business, old business, we got you, or we can refer you to somebody if you need some specialized treatment with some things. So yeah, like I said, the number is 804-321-5766. That's 804-321-5766. Love you, Dad. Love you, Ed. Love you, Mom. Yeah, Nick, proud of you. Radio. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, appreciate you.
And most stuff. And yeah, J1 Day stuff coming out.
I got a few shout outs. Shout out OG Will. If nobody knows, OG Will sent me one of his songs. His song will be on documentary.
Hey!
So
That's what's up.
you may hear one of his songs at some point in the film. So
804 Podcast alone.
yeah, 804 podcast. Just documentary coming along well. So you also see more clips coming out. Actually had it in a new clip, so you also see it out there soon.
He's retiring the entire city, y'all. The entire city.
Do not quit your day job. Do not.
My quit.
My God.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Well, Alex said you were retiring the entire city. Yeah.
The taxes guy.
Good point, Nick.
This man right here is retiring the city.
It's a taxes guy.
And he actually said Virginia, but I'm just being nice right here.
Shout out to all friends and family.
Sir.
To all the people that I told about. August 18th, we will be going up. So celebrate the end of the summer.
On Tuesday.
Yes, and all of y'all I have told about, please bring some sides, or you'll be left outside.
That's tough. It be like that. I got you. Me and Alex got you with the bag of chips, the great value jokes. Yes, sir. We bought something. It's like eating. It's like
I'm taking the food off the grill.
Yeah, you told us to bring something, so we bought some napkins over there. Yeah. Get you one of the napkins. Get you one of the napkins. Like it's
Some napkins, delicious.
Yeah, get the hell out of my face.
Yeah, celebrating the end of the summer.
Yes, sir.
Coming with the tray. Coming to make a to-go box. Yeah.
I was like, oh, you about to make something? Nah, I'm coming with an empty.
I'm coming
fuck
They
out
kick
of here.
somebody out after that, after cookout. You know, they just come with
showed
an
up.
empty tray.
That's disrespectful.
I don't require. I typically don't require my.
They come with an empty tray.
Just don't bring nothing in. Yeah, just don't bring nothing. Don't try to.
I'm coming to get something.
Definitely don't bring your personal to-go tray.
That's insane, bro. Yeah.
And not like the little like old Jake. No, the big silver, like the Jake that you're supposed to serve with. So it's like, come on, man. Come on, now. You come in. Oh, would you? Wait a minute. No, I was just. Yeah. No, I was.
That's it.
What are you doing? You're already watching. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe.
Already on your
Appreciate
phone.
you. Facts. Appreciate you, Radio B, for coming out once again.
Yeah.
Nick, go ahead and take us up out of here, brother.
Again, thank you, Radio B, for
Yes,
coming
sir.
through.
I'll get mine later.
Try 'em.
I'm Nick,
Jesse.
Alex.
and this is the 804 Podcast.
And we out onto the air.